How do you assess the current situation? Is this a time of hope for democratic change, or is this a time of fear of further escalation?
Well, clearly Iranians feel both since day one of this war, and I think we in Europe have also been the two hearts in our chest. So on the one side, the Iranian regime is a brutal regime that has repressed its own citizens for decades and has brought so much trouble also to the region of the Middle East, and now also got involved on the Russian side in the war in Ukraine. So there's no one who doesn't want this regime to be gone. At the same time, we have seen in the past in the Middle East that good intentions alone do not necessarily lead to good outcomes. So there is also fear and worry whether the strategy, if there is a strategy at all, of the US and Israel is going to lead to regime change and is going to make things better. So it's a bit of a fear and a bit of a hope situation indeed. I don't know if there is a strategy, but if there's one, they are not good in communicating it, because what we hear from the White House is a new goal like every 5 minutes. They are totally contradicting each other, and they are contradicting each other with the Israeli side on the goals alone. On the strategy, we are pretty much left in the darkness. So it is a complicated situation for the European Union to even make a decision of how to relate to this, how to adapt to this, how to deal with it, when we don't even know if the goal is regime change, if the goal is a nuclear deal, if the goal is just to destroy the missile program, and how they want to go there. Well, I think we should clearly denounce the breach of international law that we see here from the US and the Israeli side. But part of the story is also that the Iranian regime has been in breach of the international law for decades. They have slaughtered, massacred their own population only in January this year, which really demands for responsibility to protect. So what we see at the moment is an erosion of international law and the absence of international institutions that are able to enforce it. And that is something where I believe the European Union together should come in strong to say that beyond this escalation, this super dangerous escalation that shows us once more how detrimental it is if the international law erodes, that the European Union comes in to strengthen, reform international institutions so that we go back to something where we can actually enforce international law.